to my channel. So today I thought I would do something a little different. I thought I would add the face to match the voice. And if this is the first video you're going to watch, I hope you do stick around. We do talk about everything related to the Chris Watts murders, anything old to anything new. So if this is a case you just can't let go, or if something doesn't make sense, I hope you do stick around and hit that subscribe button. And to my returning subs, you know I adore you. And as always, I hope this video finds all of you guys at a good place mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. And with that being said, let's get started with the video. So today we're going to be talking about the new Cherlyn Cadle book. We're not going to be talking about her theories or her opinions that she put in the book. We're only going to be discussing the part of Chris Watts' letters, and we're only going to be talking about one chapter, one letter. So again, refrain from bashing her in the comments because again, this video has nothing to do with her. It's going to be about Chris Watts and what he wrote. So if you want to bash him, go for it. I don't care. And if I'm looking down, you guys, it's only because I'm reading my notes. I did take notes, and then I also have my phone here. So if I'm looking down, you know why. Alright guys, so we're going to be reading the letter from April 4th of 2019. Remember, this was only 5 months, you guys, after he was sentenced to murdering his family. So for those of you that want to get this book, you can get it on Amazon for $12.99, or you can get it on Kindle for, I believe it was like $4. You can get it on there. The letters are all the way at the very back of the book. So if you're looking for just the letters like I was, go all the way to the back. And thank you to my sub who let me know about it. So there's one letter that was before this letter, but I'm not going to read that one. We'll go over that one when we do a live, because it's just pretty much about him telling Cherlyn Cadle that, oh, he's so happy that she wrote him, and, you know, Jesus talk and like blah, 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 blah. So I'm not even going to talk about that one. This was the second letter that was in the book, again, at the very end, if you want to go right there and read it. This was dated April 4th of 2019, and he just starts off by saying that he was in protective confinement and that they had him in protective confinement for his own safety reasons from the other inmates. He also talks about how he's never had any trouble with anyone there, and that because of the media and everything that's been put out there, that's why they have him in protective custody. So it's for his own protection from other inmates, but then he says he's never had any trouble from inmates. So I don't know. And then he goes on to talk about how he was never given a psychological exam. And I think he's talking about this with Cherlyn Cadle because I'm guessing that the letter she sent before this, she must have asked him questions like, did you ever get an exam done? She must have been telling him things she might have heard. So some of the stuff that you're going to hear me say that Chris says, I think it's just out of response of something she told him. So he says, I've never had a psychological exam. If I were to have seen a doctor during my care, then anything I said could have been subpoenaed by the court or the DA. So I think he's talking about when he first was arrested, and that's why he's saying he never got an exam done, because he was scared that they would use whatever he said against him. And I think that's very interesting that he says that. Then he also says the Asperger's symptoms do make a lot of sense, and I could match up a bunch of instances in my life that corresponds with it too. And I'm again guessing that she must have said, hey, have you ever thought that you might fall into the spectrum, or have you ever been tested for that, or has anybody ever told you that? And I think when it comes to the Asperger's thing, there's been a lot of different things with that. There was a YouTuber who had Asperger's, and her son had it, and she was like, oh, Chris does not have it at all. No way at all. And then there's other people who are like, oh, my brother has it, or my uncle has it, or my friend has it. Oh yeah, it reminds me of Chris. So I've heard both sides of it all. I've heard people who say, yes, Chris has it, and I've heard people say, no, he doesn't have it. I really don't know much about it, so I'm not going to say yes or no. And plus, I'm not a doctor. But if you or you know someone who has Asperger's, I would love to know your opinion. Do you think Chris falls in that category? Do you think he is part of the spectrum, or no way in how? And then he says something after that that really catches my attention. He says, it would have been much easier to diagnose me with it when I was 11 years old instead of a 33-year-old man. And I don't know why, but that stuck out a lot to me, you guys, because I think as adults, when something's happened to you in your childhood, I think that age sticks in your head. And like for me, when I was 15, something happened and I can remember everything and anything when it comes to that age. And whether something happened to you that was traumatic, something, a family member passed, someone close to you passed away, a friend passed away, your parents separated, something was done to you. I think when something like that happens in your childhood, that age will forever stick out. So I do wonder if anything happened to Chris when he was 11 years old, or maybe he just thought of the age 11. I don't know, but it did stick out to me that he did say that. And I do wish he would have gotten an exam done, because I think since we're all wondering, how did this happen? Where did this go wrong? I think him getting an exam would have answered a lot of questions for us. Then he talks about how is his diet really that important, because the media has brought it up. And no, Chris, your diet isn't important to us, but supposedly it was between you and your mistress, because she said that's all you guys ever effing talked about. Then he says when it comes to the sale of the house, that after consulting with her, she told her parents, so I'm guessing that's Shanann's parents, that the house would not sell for more than what was owed on it. And he said that Chase Bank pushed the auction to July 17th. And as we know, still to this day, the house, I have no idea what's going on with it. Some people think that someone has bought it, but there's really been no name attached to that house yet. So I don't know. He talks about the wrongful death lawsuit that the Rusick family had against him, and he asked Cherlyn Cadle for prayer over it. Well, we know that the Rusicks were awarded $6 million. We know they will never see that money, but it is good because now Chris can never make an income or profit off of the murders of his family. He can never, for a book deal or YouTube, anything that he makes goes to the Rusick family. Even if he works in prison, you guys, that goes to the Rusick family. He talks about having a friend in the Green Bay area and that she did go out to visit him and she spent 3 hours there with him and he was really happy. He was handcuffed and he didn't like that. And then he called her truly an angel. I hope that wasn't Kim. And then after that, he's just letting Cherlyn Cadle know, when she does come visit him, what she can bring and stuff. And it's like you can bring like $20 worth of quarters, and that's for the vending machine, so you can buy him snacks and stuff like that. If you've ever visited anybody in prison, you know the game. I shouldn't say game. You know the routine of it. He talks about how CDs are contrabands. Make weapons out of them. Oh, Chris, are you becoming a little prisoner? Yes, Cherlyn Cadle asked him a question about what it would be like to die in Christ. And he gets excited and he's like, oh, I like that you asked me that question. And he talks about it, but I'm not going to bore you guys with his talk of Jesus. Not that I don't believe in Jesus Christ or anything like that, but I really 100% do not believe Chris has found God yet. I think he has this role he's playing right now. I mean, when you go to prison, you either join a gang or you find God. And I guess he's found God. About this a lot, you guys. He talks about how, like, what he did, his experience of what he's done would be a good testimony to other inmates, to other people. They'll be able to, find their way to God through him. It's kind of weird. And that's pretty much the first letter. And he does go on to say, I do daily and always ask, should I think about that? Or should I be reading something like this? We are all not perfect, but we can all make a diligent effort to be better every day. And too bad he didn't think about all that before he got involved with the mistress and did what he did. And I'm not sure if Cherlyn Cadle didn't add the rest to that letter, like if there was a 4th page, because when we read the ending of the letter, it kind of just ends abruptly and you're left wondering, okay, where's the rest of it? So I think she might have kept it out of this book for some reason. I'm going to go ahead and read it and then you let me know what you think. I believe if roles were reversed and if I read a book about this happening to someone, I would come to the Lord, it would hit, and then it ends. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I have read all the letters and I think the next one is going to be about the mistress. So that's going to be a doozy. Make sure you have your favorite snack and your favorite drink for that one. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please take the time to like it and share it with your friends, share it with your family, with your neighbors. If they like true crime, send them over my way. It does help my channel grow and it lets YouTube know like, hey, let's get this video out to a broader audience. And with that being said, I hope you guys all have an amazing Monday and I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye.